Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations into the speckled bird, to all the Israelites that like the heathen nations, and peace and salutations to all you sisters that are out there that are watching and listening and learning, and to all you brothers that are out there doing the work out there on the highways and byways, and any newcomers that's watching this video, that see this video. This is for the Hebrew Israelites, and the Israelites are who you call so-called black, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native American. Those are the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. And yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video on this article that I just came across, by Dabu77, and a lot of brothers, in the faith, particularly Great Millstone, they watch this guy. He brings out a lot of good information, and he's actually where I'm from in Kentucky. He's out here in Kentucky, and as y'all can see, it says huge. U.S. government just admitted that Ukraine war will determine who will rule the new world order, right? And I wanted to bring out some scriptures on that because, the Lord is about to set up the kingdom of Yasharallah, right? In this last world war, it's gonna be the kingdom. This is gonna be the last war, man. Ain't no another war. Ain't no rising from the dust, and Russia and China take over, or another country take over. That's it. These, matter of fact, I'm gonna get this in Psalms, because this is perfect. Because these other nations, they think that they are getting ready to rule and take over and control everything. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Let me get this in Psalms, the second chapter, and the first verse. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine the vain thing?" You see that? So that's a vain thing that they imagine. A American writer said something like that, but uh, that's a lie, because it's not gonna happen. After this World War III pops off, fully, but there's still some things that to come to pass. So even what's happening right now with Russia and Ukraine, that's just a prelude. Even though things are actually going down, ain't nothing gonna fully break out until the Karagma gets implemented. And then after that, then eventually World War III is gonna break out and the Lord's gonna come back. But let me get this in verse 2. It says, "The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together, saying against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us." So, these different world leaders, actually, they're behind the scenes, they be cool with each other, man. They make it look like on TV that they all against each other, which some of them are, but a lot of them they in cahoots, they in agreement. If any of you pay attention to Klaus Schwab, which he's like this Edomite, this one of the Edomites that's in charge of the World Economic Forum, and it's all these different so-called white men, these Edomites. They be talking, and same thing with these world leaders. They be telling these world leaders what they should do and what they supposed to be doing in order to forward the NWO. That's what they do, and they figure out ways of how they can advance their agenda, right? You get this in Psalms. I think it's Psalm 64. It says get this in verse 1. It says, "Hear my voice, O Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, in my prayer, and preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, and from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity." You see that? So they have secret councils. They have something called also like the Bilderberg group. What else do they have? I did mention the World Economic Forum. Bill Gates is a part of that. Dr. What's his name? Dr. Fauci. It says Verse 3 says, "Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows and even bitter words." Um, it says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, and silently do they shoot at him and fear not. Verse 5 it says, "They encourage themselves in the evil matter, and they commune of laying snares privily." And that's what these different countries do, man. You know, they commune, they talk amongst each other, conversate, in private. That's what it means, laying snares privily. They come up with different evil schemes and plots of what they can do to the masses and how they can, they got this thing called building back better, but it's really the opposite. They're really trying to, depopulate the earth, man. It says, "They say, who shall see them," right? It says, verse 6, it says, "They search out iniquities," right? They search out, they find ways to cause war to happen so they can, make these different laws and decrees so they can oppress people more. That's what they do. They accomplish a diligent search, right? Because there's a war that's going on with Ukraine right now, you know, or that's what Russia invading Ukraine and whatnot. And what did Biden say? It's not going to be painless, for Russia, or painless for people over here in Babylon the Great, aka America, man. So they have something to do with this too. America, Babylon the Great. Vladimir Putin, he's an Edomite, a so-called white man, even though they just call themselves Russian. But a lot of these, a lot of these things that's going on right now, it's only leading to things that's worse and worse. It says they accomplish a diligent search, and both the inward thought of every one of them is of the heart is deep. You see that? But I'm gonna play some of this video.
There's when he was calling for a new world order in 1,000 points of light. 10 years before they brought down towers. Now they're saying that this side with Moscow and China is a very liberal type of ideology, in that if they win, that's going to be what is pushed globally. The United States basically saying that has to be stopped. Obviously, they don't want that. They want another way to come about. But from what we know, if you've read any of the books by Manly P. Hall, any of the books talking about the destiny of America, what the Masons and all these guys...
Hey, man, the destiny of America is to be destroyed. That's the destiny of America.
Is behind the curtain? No. This place was built to be destroyed.
You heard that? I didn't know he was gonna say that, man. I didn't know he was gonna say that. I think he'd be watching us, man. And I'm not saying particularly me, but I think he'd be watching us. Cause who's the only people that's talking about America being destroyed? Or, because I pay attention highly to his channel. I be watching his channel. I'm active, to his channel. He be talking about a lot of things that be, that has something to do with prophecy. And he just said, y'all heard it, that it's supposed to be destroyed. How does he know that? Why does he believe that? Where did he get that thought from? I'm gonna play some of it again.
It's like other things that I've already mentioned. And to basically replicate Atlantis. It was as the new Atlantis. And what happened to Atlantis? It got destroyed. It was brought down. This...
I don't know about that. I don't know about Atlantis. I don't know what that is, but it is supposed to be destroyed.
Has all been by design. There are books written on it. It's not a secret where they're taking this. Enter the Dragon on the world stage. Now, they're going to have you think here that two factions are going to be dueling it out, regardless, as they're putting it out here. The U.S. government saying that...
Hold on. I'm going to get something. Let me get this in Revelations chapter... I believe it's chapter 11, verse 14. It says, "The second woe is past," right? The second world's war. "And behold, the third woe cometh quickly." Verse 15, it says, "And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, The kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and his Mashiach, and he shall reign forever and ever. So at the same time, when World War III fully breaks out, hey, Yahweh is gonna show up, because we also coming into the time of so let's get this in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. I ain't brought this one out in a while. A time of trouble, and it's called Jacob's trouble, and that's gonna be before before the missiles are fully blown off and come over here, and World War III fully breaks out. Like I said, the Quran has to be instituted, and we have to go through a time of trouble. It says, at last, for that day is great, so that as none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it. Who's going to be saved out of it? The elect of the nation of Israel. Not everybody. But, hey, man, these things that's happening, that's going on right now, expect it to get worse. It has to be this way, It has to be this way. It's not going to get any better. I got this picture pulled up. As y'all can see, hey, these are world leaders. You got Putin right there. He's in the middle. On the right, that's was it George Bush. And I don't know who that is on the left, but hey, George Bush was one of the former presidents, but so this picture was a while back. But Vladimir Putin, he's the current president of of Russia. I'll see what this is. Yeah, hey, it's a war, man. It's a sound of war, man. I thought I seen one with Biden too, but hey, that's what I brought out earlier. A lot of these world leaders, they in cahoots, man. They controlled by the top elites of Esau Edom. Which are the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. You know, and a lot of people they don't know these type of things. They don't do research, especially our people, man. You Israelites, man. You don't do research. You don't look up these type of things. This ain't no coincidence that he's got this type of clothing on. And they taking these pictures. This ain't no coincidence, man. Yep. This is at one of them world forums that they be doing. You know. So hey, man, Esau is through. You know. Esau's through. You know. We have next. There's no other country that has next, man. We have next. You know. Let me get this in what do I want to get? Revelations chapter 19 and I'm gonna just bring this out. Hold on. I want to get this in Revelations chapter 11 and verse 13. And then I'm gonna move up to verse 12. It says, the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And that's just talking about America. It's the city. And the 10th part, I don't mean literally 10th part fell, man. That's going to be, damn, the whole Babylon's going to be destroyed. It says, in the earthquake were slain men 7,000. It's just a complete number. It says, and the remnant were frightened and gave the glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai. I'm going to get verse 12. It says, they heard a great voice from heaven saying, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in the clouds, was talking about a chariot, and the enemies beheld them. You see that? Hey, so when this third war pops off, man, it's only going to, there's only going to be the Israelites ruling, man. Yahweh Shai, who the world entity calls Jesus, he's coming back to take over, ain't gonna be no Russia taking over. Ain't gonna be no China. Ain't gonna be no South or North Korea, Australia or Canada. Ain't none of these other heathen nations coming back to take control. It's not happening. Only the Lord is coming back. Let's get this in Revelation 19 and verse 12, and then I'm gonna close it out. It says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. You see? So what does it say? Many crowns, because he's coming back to lay these different kingdoms down. He's coming back to take over this whole realm. So don't nobody else got next besides Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus, and the Israelites, man. So that right there, that distinction is clear, it's evident, to us. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai, Baruch Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and salutations to the speckled bird and to all the Israelites that look like the heathen nations. And peace and salutations to all you brothers out there doing the work out on the highways and byways. And to you sisters that are listening and learning. And to you new people that's coming in, you Israelites that's coming in, you new. I'm gonna say Shalom Ram, and I'm gonna say Wa Abba Baba.